Hey, Bodacious Beast, welcome back to my channel. Just a beautiful day, just after a major snowstorm. I'm not in a big old bus today. I'm sitting in my truck. I got a little bored sitting at home. I was kind of harassing the old lady too much, so I decided I'd come out and, relax and try and be myself and do a couple vlogs. Hit the gym, get stuff for dinner, and go home. And harass the old lady again. So, here we go. We're talking a little bit about favoritism at work. Favoritism in the workplace is huge. And when I started off at Avis Rent-A-Car, way back, I became a supervisor. And that was one of the big things I really worked hard to eliminate from that entire rental car business. As a supervisor, I didn't do it as a manager. I didn't do it anything. That was one of my main missions, was eliminating favoritism, giving a little bit of training, supporting the employees, and let's see what happens. And back then, I could talk to people. I was idealistic. I had examples, and I could be able to tell people what exactly I'm trying to express to them. And that's also what's really important about me doing YouTube again, is I want that back. I lost that with the 17 years with the public transportation industry. Kept shooting me down, but I'll explain further at the end of this video exactly what happened, exactly what I'm going to be working on. But right now I'm going to make the main focal point of why this favoritism needs to stop. And before we continue, why don't you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you don't miss another video. I got lots of videos planned. Let's get her done. Bad pun. I'll save that for a video next time. But favoritism in the workplace is just plain toxic. It's plain stupid. And why do we even need to have favoritism? I don't care if one person rubs up to a manager and I mean, well, you've seen it in quite a few of these, what do you want to call it, inspirational videos, that one person warms up to the boss and does everything that they say, and brings them in cookies and candy and buys their lunch and that sort of thing every single solitary day. And it happens all the time. So they become their favorites. So that means when somebody wants to go home from work early, and then she says, well, I'm really tired. I want to go. Can I go first? And they say, sure. And then all of a sudden he's shorthanded, and boom, the other person has to stay. I've seen that happen once with my daughter. And she had to work an extra 3 hours, and she had already been there for 8. So, and the thing is if my daughter would say something bad about somebody, as far as whether or not they didn't clean the counter right, and she had to redo it just to make sure it would pass any kind of an inspection. And then the girl that was being favorited set her up, and then all of a sudden she's gone. She lost her job. Mainly because the favorited person was able to set somebody up successfully. And this type of stuff, I mean, it's toxic, it's poison, but the thing is it just creates a bad reputation for that person. And the people that you get rid of in some of these jobs could be there for 4, 5, 6 years. So your favorite person is just driving them out, but the more people you filter through your company, if you treat your employees like water, like recirculated water, where they go out and they come in just as fast as you can be able to process them, eventually a beaver's going to come in and they're going to create a dam. And all of a sudden your nice, strong working water wheel starts to get plugged up. And that's why favoritism needs to stop. So what I did over at Avis Rent-A-Car was when people started spreading rumors, one guy started getting preferred treatment over another guy, and you know, I knew one guy that liked to come in late all the time, and he would always punch in late. I knew a guy that would always come back from lunch all the time late. I knew one person that liked to call sick all the time. And then I knew one person that liked to badmouth our quality assurance inspector while he was on her bus. And I saw all of this, and these people had their favorites to where they be basically a favorite to me in somebody in the workplace is somebody's lawyer. So even though they're not getting paid, but it's their lawyer, they could be able to at least depend on them to be able to bail them out in some way, shape, or form. And once they have that favorite or that lawyer, another manager or another supervisor won't dare to cross them because, well, how many favorites does this person have? How many people can turn around and, backpedal and help this manager get out of the bind? So it creates fear in the workplace. So now you have fear in the workplace, you have favoritism in the workplace, and then now you have toxicity. And it's not even needed. It's not needed. It's not needed for anybody to be favorited. It's not needed for somebody to be toxic in the workplace. It's just has to go. So, and all it takes is just saying, I walk up to one guy and, well, none of the people here, none of the names that's in the story is true, so I feel free to say any name. So I got a guy, his name is Chad. He always came in very late at night. He was our overnight driver. He'd work overtime on his days off. He swore that he lived in the back of his pickup truck. And he would always come in with 5 coffees for him for the night. I thought it was kind of funny, but until I started drinking coffee. Well, yeah, I drink about three good-sized cups of myself. So, he always came in late. I said, dang, Chad. I said, it's not fair for everybody else. It's not fair for me when I want to get ready to go home, and I've got to fill your shoes. I said, what happened? I said, why are you coming in so late? Oh, I just overslept. I said, okay, I'll tell you what. I said, for the next month, I'm going to call you. I said, you're going to become my favorite, and I'm going to call you an hour and a half before you're supposed to come to work. Oh, no, please don't. My dad will get mad at me. Living at home. After that, for the next 7 years, he never showed up late. As far as my morning guy, he always showed up late. He liked to show up late all the time. And he was number 1 in seniority. He was the top dog. So we had a union shop. Top dog. Well, guess what? I went up to him and I said, hey, Jason, you like coming in late and Chad's going home late. Chad's coming in late. Can we kind of change this trend and get you in there? Oh, my alarm clock doesn't work. And I said, okay. I said, I'm going to make the same deal like I did with Chad. How's that? I said, oh, what's that? He said, you going to buy me coffee or something? I said, no. I'm going to do even better. And I'm going to get my sorry butt up in the morning, 3:30 in the morning, and I'm going to call you. And if it goes to voicemail, I'm going to call you again until you pick up the phone. I said, oh, you wouldn't do that, would you? I said, why not? I said, your lovely wife would love it. She said she'd kick my butt. For the next 7 years, he never showed up late again. I swear. And all of us was just talking. And the thing was, they found it funny because I made it funny. And the managers there kept threatening with write-ups and saying, hey, this, you can't do that, we can't give you a raise, blah, blah, blah. And all it took with me was one conversation. And then comes to the guy that always liked to come back late from his lunch. He'd always come out for an hour. go for an hour for lunch, which means I would have to get on his bus instead of supervising all my buses and taking care of his work. So I had to figure out a way to be able to fix that legally, because, well, I have to give him a half an hour lunch. And, you know, he just liked to go, well, lunch dates with his girlfriends. That's all I'm going to say about it, is lunch dates with his girlfriends. So, after I did that a couple times, and I got kind of fed up with it, and I had to figure out a way to be able to get this fixed. Well, I was a little short-handed at the end of my night, on certain nights. And I talked with my manager about it, and I talked with my district manager about it. And I said, look, I got a guy that likes to come back a half an hour late from his lunch. I said, however, I need somebody to be able to fill the void 3 days a week. And get that extra half an hour to get that rush out. Because Monday was our worst day, Tuesday was our second worst day of people coming in. And I think it was Thursday was a really bad day for people going out, or Friday was. And I said, if I let him come, if we could schedule him to come back from his lunch and half an hour later, I'll fill his piece before I go to lunch. And he stays an extra half an hour later, we fix that void. He said, you think that might help? And I said, yeah, I know it would. So we did it. We told him, and we said, you could only go and do your lunch date with your girlfriends Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. I said, however, Wednesday and Thursday, you have to be back on time. He said, okay, I could try that. Worked beautifully. We even put it permanently into the schedule. After he left, we really did something different with the schedule. So, all it takes is just talking to people and working with them instead of saying, oh, you can't do that. Oh, no, it's not going to work. I'm going to write you up. Okay, come on. Treat people like a human being. Not treat you like a human being back. So that's pretty much what toxicity in the workplace is. It's people being entitled because they have a title to their name. Treating people like a human being, you create a family. You create entitlement, you won't have a workplace. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below what I've talked about in this video. Let me know your ideas and comments, because I'd like to do another follow-up on this video. So, if you like it, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Tell your family and friends. Until next time, keep on walking.